All right, welcome to this explainer, where we're going to break down the exact roadmap you need to totally conquer the AZ900 Microsoft Azure Fundamental Certification. Whether you're a seasoned tech pro looking to validate your skills, or you're coming from a completely non-technical background like sales or management, this explainer is built to guide you through the absolute essentials of Microsoft's cloud platform. Let's get started.
Okay, let's just address the elephant in the room with a funny but very true reminder. The cloud isn't magic. As the old tech joke goes, it's really just renting computing power from someone else's massive server farm. But the specific way Microsoft manages these servers, that opens up a whole world of flexibility and power that traditional on-premises data centers simply cannot match.
So here is our game plan for today. We'll be hitting demystifying the AZ900 exam, cloud concepts, core services, management tools, and finally, strategies for exam success.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, Demystifying the AZ900 exam.
What's the deal with this test? Well, the crucial thing to remember is that this exam is entirely conceptual. It's testing your foundational knowledge of what Azure services actually do and exactly when to use them. Seriously, you won't be writing a single line of code, and you won't be configuring any physical hardware. You really just need to understand the what and the when of cloud computing.
700. That is your magic number. To pass this $99 exam, you need to score a 700 out of 1,000. You're going to have exactly 60 minutes to navigate somewhere between 40 and 60 questions, and those can range from standard multiple choice to more interactive drag-and-drop scenarios.
Moving right along to Section 2, which dives into Domain 1, Cloud Concepts.
At its absolute core, you really have to understand that the cloud gives your organization incredible agility. It's the ability to rent compute power, databases, and practically unlimited storage, but only when you actually need it. I mean, instead of waiting weeks to order, ship, and install a physical server, you can literally spin up exactly what you need in seconds, entirely on demand.
Now, you're definitely going to be tested on two major financial concepts here. The old way of doing things relies on capital expenditure, or CapEx. That means buying expensive servers up front, crossing your fingers and guessing how much capacity you might need, and paying for all of it before you even use it. The cloud, on the other hand, flips this into a modern operational expenditure model, or OpEx. This is a highly flexible, consumption-based pay-as-you-go model. You only pay for the specific resources you actually consume.
Okay, elasticity. You will absolutely face questions on this, and it works hand in hand with scalability. So while scalability is a system's ability to allocate or deallocate resources, elasticity means the system does this automatically or dynamically. Picture an e-commerce site on Black Friday, right? An elastic system will automatically add more servers during those crazy, sudden spikes in traffic and then immediately remove them when the rush dies down, ultimately saving you a ton of money.
You also really need to grasp the principle of economies of scale. Major cloud providers like Microsoft build massive data centers, and they buy hardware in such unbelievable bulk that they can run servers way cheaper than you ever could on premises. Because of this massive scale, they gain incredible efficiency. And the best part? They pass those cost savings directly on to you.
All right, Section 3 jumps into Domain 2, Core Services.
For the exam, you have to be able to match business scenarios to the right tools. If a scenario asks for foundational compute power where you totally control the operating system, you're going to pick virtual machines. If it asks for a high-speed, secure, private connection to Azure, you select ExpressRoute. And if you see a prompt asking for a globally distributed NoSQL database, boom, you instantly know the answer is Azure Cosmos DB.
You are going to face a lot of scenario questions testing your knowledge of the shared responsibility model. You need to clearly differentiate between infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, where you manage the operating system and applications while Microsoft just handles the physical hardware, and platform as a service, or PaaS, where Azure basically manages everything including the OS and you just provide your application code.
Make sure you memorize these Azure storage types. You absolutely need to know that General Purpose V2 is your standard starting point. Blob storage is perfect for massive amounts of unstructured data, think images and videos, and it utilizes those cost-saving access tiers like Hot, Cool, and Archive. And finally, remember that disk storage is block-level storage that's specifically reserved to act as the hard drives for your virtual machines.
Now, Azure handles high availability and disaster recovery using something called region pairs. Basically, data centers are placed at least 300 miles apart, but almost always within the same geography.
This is super vital because it complies with strict data residency laws, keeping your data inside your country's borders while ensuring your software stays online even if a massive localized disaster takes down an entire data center. If one region goes down, the paired region is right there acting as your safety net.
Let's tackle Section 4, covering Domain 3, Management Tools.
Okay, Microsoft really loves to trick you on the differences between these governance tools. Listen closely. Azure Policy dictates what users are allowed to create. For example, it can force all new resources to be deployed in a specific region. Resource locks, on the other hand, act as a safety net on existing resources to prevent someone from accidentally deleting or modifying a critical database. They sound similar, but they do very different things.
Remember, cloud security is literally paramount on this exam. You really need to familiarize yourself with identity management via Azure Active Directory. Understand the key difference between authentication, which is proving who you are, and authorization, which is what you are actually allowed to do. Also, just know that Microsoft Defender for Cloud is your primary go-to tool for security posture management and active threat protection.
Finally, Section 5, Strategies for Exam Success.
So here's our recommended 5-phase study plan designed to help you progress methodically. You start with those high-level cloud fundamentals like OpEx and CapEx. Then you move down into the core architecture, and after that, master identity and governance. But step 5? That is the absolute most critical part. Take practice exams continuously until you are reliably scoring over 85%. Once you consistently hit that metric, you are fully ready for the real thing.
You've got the map, you know the key concepts, and you have a proven strategy. The only question left is, will the AZ900 just be another quick badge on your resume, or will it be the solid foundation for the next decade of your cloud career? The blueprint is yours. Now go out there and build it.